Welcome special guest on the Generation Passion Show, award-winning actress, humanitarian author, Vitelle Alston.
You're an actress. You also written a book. You're a writer, and you also host a show. It's a talk show.
Yes, the DTTL show actually right now is kind of one of my hats that I put on the back burner at the moment, especially with COVID and everything going on. We kind of put a pause to it, but the DTTL show. We actually interviewed guests on our show as well.
Nice.
So it'll be coming back soon. We'll have to keep y'all posted on that one.
Cool. Very nice. That's interesting. An actress and a writer who does books as well, write books, and to also host a show. That's great to be well-rounded. So what started first? Did you first start doing acting or?
Acting definitely started first. I've been acting for literally as long as I can remember. I have pictures from like talent shows and stuff that I don't even remember myself. So I know it's been even longer than I can remember. But I know, all through school, through high school and college, and then from college to full time. It's just always been a part of my life. So I kind of incorporate my acting into everything else.
So you studied act? You actually studied the craft in school?
I went for a moment, and I'll tell you, I only finished like a year and a half of college because I'm like, I know what I'm born to do. Like,
right.
Very rarely do people just know what they're born to do. Sometimes it takes a while to figure out. But, I was just like, I don't feel like I need to learn about Shakespeare and all this stuff.
Right.
For me to be a great actress. Because I'm like, that's a natural talent. So I didn't finish that, but I just started working. I was getting work full time before I could even finish school. So
very cool. Where are you originally from? Are you from Atlanta?
Ohio.
Ohio.
Yeah, Dayton, Ohio, but I've traveled and moved around a lot.
Oh, okay. Ohio. And then how did you wind up in Atlanta?
I moved to Atlanta from Kentucky, actually. When I lived in Kentucky for a few years, I was working like in Tennessee, Ohio, Indiana. Like I was having to travel and work in all these different states because there wasn't much right in Kentucky. So I didn't want to keep doing that, and being that I was going full time, I was like, I got to go somewhere where the work is constant, and that's either LA or Atlanta. So I weighed my options. I really wanted to work with Tyler Perry, so I came specifically to Atlanta with that in mind, and was working with them within 2 months of being here.
Wow.
I was able to get in with them and start booking some small roles on some of his shows. So Meet the Browns, House of Pain, things like that. So I felt like, victory and
right.
that's what I came here to do.
Okay. And it's interesting you say that because you know how many people like are fellow actors and actresses who that's their dream they've been going to audition and doing the protocol for years and haven't even got the big break yet.
Right,
and for you to accomplish that in 2 months, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm still waiting on
that's
my
a blessing.
major role with him, my lead role and everything.
Right.
But it was a short amount of time to even get my foot in the door. And,
that's
I remember the first time he sat down in front of me. I was actually Andy Newton's stand-in at the time on Good Deeds. And he sat down in front of me and was just like, "Hey, Vitelle," and I'm looking like, he said he pronounced the name right and everything. And
like you know me, right?
Right. Like you pay attention. I think I'm an extra. I think he paid attention. But so that was an amazing moment.
That's
me.
So cool.
Okay, not only did I accomplish, but you know who I am.
Exactly. That's very cool. So how long have you been acting? Oh, you said 2. So you went to school. Like how overall, how long have you been taking it seriously as a craft? Would you say?
Well, I mean, full time. Now I've been in Atlanta for 11 years now. So at least 11 years. I think I stopped counting after 11 years because they told me I'm a native now, so that counts. But when I maybe a year before I moved to Atlanta, I started kind of trying to do full time, but it just seemed impossible with all that having to go back and forth. And I literally would drive to Indiana to shoot something and stay in my car overnight or something. Like I was really a struggling actor.
Okay. But the struggle is real.
Atlanta, right? But moving to Atlanta definitely set it off more for me, where I was able to be within 30 minutes of just about everything I guess that was filming and be able to be more active really hit it full time.
And so with that all accomplished, with the acting and then the TV show, and then you're involved in positive things, like you talk about mental health awareness, and you seem very involved in that. Is that?
Yep, I definitely am. That's one of my newest ventures. Prior to that, I was mostly known for the Feed the Homeless tour as far as my organization and things like that. And that type of
is that the Hunger Has No Religion?
Yeah. No, Feed the Homeless.
Feed the Homeless.
Hunger Has No Religion is another organization that I work with often.
Okay.
They have a great mission as well. So yeah, but Feed the Homeless tour was my first, I guess, charitable venture. And then now I am leaning more towards the mental health and suicide prevention and things like that this time because of my new book, which is right here. It's called I Am A Poetic Ensemble, and it mostly focuses on that, I'll say. It kind of encompasses all of me and all of the things and situations that I've been through, but for the most part, a lot of that, even through each situation, was about my mental health. It was about, how I handled things and how I dealt with the things that I went through, between the traumatic childhood and then into a traumatic adulthood, all in between, trying to still follow my passion and my career path and what I'm called to do, and trying to juggle all of that. So it's always been about mental health. I'm just now getting to the point where I'm recognizing it to speak out on it and speak out about it. So and be able to help other people too. So.
Right. And it's great that you have a platform to do that. And
Absolutely.
It's really interesting because I always wondered, like, from your perspective, like we were talking about you doing acting and using your voice to speak through your writing a book and the talk show. And with all that said, like, how do you balance, like, do you think mentally wise, dealing with the mental awareness or any mental illness that you were dealing with at the time, how do you incorporate that with your acting? Like, do you feel like that comes hand in hand, or does that balance?
It actually comes in handy, honestly.
Does the same psychology in a way, like it's all mental.
It's
therapy, psychological.
Yeah, it's definitely therapy for me. I have a tendency to bottle up my emotions, which in my case comes in handy. As soon as I hit the stage, then it all comes out in that character, So
that's how you release it.
Right. It's so real at that time, and it makes the acting so much better. So I'll be like going through something during the week. I'm gonna cry about this. I'm gonna just keep it all in, because when I hit that stage on Friday, so I do it on purpose sometimes just because I know, use that energy or whatever. But it's definitely therapy for me, which is probably part of the reason that during this quarantine I haven't handled my mental health as well, because I don't have as much therapy going on. I got virtual therapy for the most part, but
it takes some adjusting
to motivate
too.
yourself to do that. If I'm not booked to be on set or to perform in somebody's play or something, then I'm like, what do I do with myself?
Right, exactly.
And you need that outlet.
So, definitely. Yeah, that's a really interesting how you mentioned that, because it's been so much going on right now with the pandemic and everything, and like it's finances and mentally and physically, but at the same time, on a positive note, a lot of people are taking this time to utilize it in a positive way and do their own businesses and take it to motivate them. And that's exactly what you're doing. So, congratulations.
I definitely encourage people to do that. I mean, now's the time.
It really is.
That book you've been waiting to write. Promote yourself more on social media. Build that fan base and that platform. Like, there's things that can be done. Don't just be like, I can't do nothing now and I gotta stop. You gotta push through it and work with what you got. And honestly, I've been taking advantage of the COVID in a way that sounds bad out loud, but just taking advantage of everybody being at home. Like, y'all ain't got nothing to do, read a book. Stuff that y'all wouldn't even normally probably read. Some people, but really pushing that to say, hey, if you're bored, you should read my book.
Exactly. The cover looks interesting too. Can you put the book cover? Wow.
Yeah, that is
I Am Poetic.
Me. I'm a model as well. So that's another thing I incorporate my acting into. But then if you look on the back here, so that's me as a child. That's little me. Well, you can see that with that light glaring to this glossy. But
That's cute.
So, yeah, that's little me on the back. So yeah, I love this picture. It really, I think it just portrays the power that I wanted the book to. It just kind of encompasses the whole book. Like, it's all about power and strength and getting through your trials. You can see, like, this kind of reminds me of Superwoman. Like, that's what this puts me in mind of, this picture. So, and I have a poem in there called Superwoman too. So when thinking of what the title of the book would be and what the cover would look like, that's the picture that came to my mind. It's an older picture, but it worked perfectly.
Very cool. I look forward to reading it. So what is how can we look for it, or can we purchase it online, of course, since everything's virtual now?
Yeah, no problem. It's actually on Amazon.com right now. You can get it on Amazon for $18.99, and then there's shipping and handling, of course. But what I like to do a lot of times for the people who are following me, people who are watching my interviews and things, offer special deals, and I like to invite people to purchase it directly from me via Cash App or Venmo as well. So if you follow me on my social media, then those are an option as well. I often post different types of discounts and deals and coupons and specials and things like that.
Okay, nice. Yeah. I'm all about those discounts now.
Absolutely. I got to keep people following the road.
Right, true. That's great to do that. And then I saw something interesting online with you and your husband have an ATL hottest couple. What?
Oh, yes. I was definitely going to mention that before I got this interview. Yeah, we were nominated for ATL's hottest couple. My husband, cool. Soccer Boss, is also in the entertainment industry. He's more on the music side and dabbles in acting. I'm more on the acting side and dabble in music. So, we kind of meet up.
So y'all both in the entertainment. That is super cool.
Yes.
I saw. So y'all have a billboard out there. A billboard in Atlanta?
We do. We got a few of them up right now because of the organization that you mentioned earlier, Hunger Has No Religion. We are hosting their charitable event virtually. Actually, this coming Friday. It's on the 10th of October. So I think that's this coming Friday. Whew, it's sneaking up on me.
Right.
But yeah, we're hosting that event virtually, so you can definitely find out more about that on social media and stuff too. But there's billboards all over Atlanta about it. So.
Will that be on your page, on your Instagram?
It's going to be, I'm going to definitely make sure I'm promoting it all week long to make sure people know how to link up with it. But it's actually a free event this time. This is our 5th annual, and that's a really big deal because these plates are usually like $100, like, you don't list the price. But it's for charity, of course. But they're doing it free because of the COVID. They're doing a virtual Zoom call and just opening it up to donations. So yeah.
Ooh, very cool.
So
that is
you can definitely get that information from my page.
Okay. And you were mentioning earlier, we were discussing you do poems. And so the poems, do you do like live performances and out there in Atlanta? Yeah. So I do a lot of open mics and stuff that too. But my book, I Am, again, you see it says A Poetic Ensemble. Yes.
So it is actually a memoir, but it's written in the format of poetry. So it flows very smoothly, easier to read, especially for people who might not like to read, So it's written in the poetry format, but I always write my poems to where they can be performed. Like, obviously, actors first. So as I'm writing it, I'm performing it out loud and putting it, writing it in a way that I can
with
perform.
Music.
So they're all actually monologues.
So this is all included with the audio of Sound of Music accompanied with it?
Not yet, but I'm
That's
glad
what it
you
sounds
said
like.
that.
You about to record an album?
That is next on my to-do list. I'm planning on doing an audible for this book so that you can really hear
the
how
audio.
If you know me, you kind of know how it sounds. Like, you watched enough of my interviews and follow me for a minute, you know how I would say some of the things that's in here. But for those who don't, I'm definitely doing an audible as soon as possible. That's a big task. But I am working on it. So thank you for bringing that to the forefront of my
I can see that. Definitely. That's super cool.
This is full of monologues that can be performed. I encourage other people to perform them as well. But I also, I do perform them all across I won't just say Georgia right now because I'm definitely traveling nationwide at this point. So if you want me to come to your city, I will come to your city. Matter of fact, we're coming to Texas soon. I already got it on the list. So yeah, we will be doing that.
Oh wow, that'll be dope. And that Texas, we do have a lot of open mic platforms out here.
Right. I noticed, yeah. So yeah, it's definitely on my list to come through.
All right, sounds good. Did you want to do one of your poems?
Sure,
or something?
I absolutely will. So I kind of like to see where an interview's going with the conversation before I pick, which poem I'm going to do.
I was wondering about that. I was like, how do you?
Yeah, because there's so many different subjects and topics in the book that, if we're kind of leaning towards one topic, then I'll go with that one or whatever. So, but this one, it might not be necessarily on the topic, but I like this one, so I'm going to do this one for you. It's called For the Money. Okay, so.
Uh-oh.
All right.
For the love of money.
Ready? Right. For the money. Okay. Let me get my mind right. Wrote me a verse, no need to rehearse. I know what it's like. I've been in this fight. I hustled real hard, had to give it to God. I gave up the bad to get what he had. I was embarrassed and I was ashamed. I needed an out and someone to blame. Ain't trying to be greedy, ain't trying to get rich, just provide so my family won't live in a ditch. You see, I was homeless and lost everything, so I know what it's like to be desperate and change, feeling worthless and bondage, determined to change. Generational curses, I break every chain. Like you, I justified it. Where is the sin? Who am I hurting? Again and again, I suffered within, passed down to my kin. I spent all my life trying to break generational curses of poverty, sickness, and death. Didn't like who I saw in the mirror, the role that I played. I wouldn't wish it on nobody else. Identity faded, but I was created for greater purpose. They like, who she thinks she is. I ain't better than y'all, but I'm better than this. Sorry if my testimony hit a sore spot for you, but somebody's asking, Lord, what must I do? I did it for the money, some just do it for attention. And people may judge me for telling my business, but many relate. Can I get a witness? Let them without sin cast the first stone, trying to let you know you're not alone. To God be the glory, for he rescued me. The person I was, I will no longer be. And sing.
Very nice. How did that come about? Like, what inspired you to write that?
So again, my entire book is a memoir, even though it's written in poetry format. Each poem is based on a different area of my life, a different situation or trial that I have been through. So For the Money is based on that situation. I have been homeless and I have done some things, illegal things, in my past for the money, and being convicted of that and recognizing that this is not what I'm here to do. I was put on this earth for a purpose and a calling, and I can't fulfill that if I'm continuing to do what I know is wrong, morally and ethically and everything else. So just inspiring people that might be choosing for the money, and it might not even be anything ethically wrong. It might just be your day job. Like if God's pulling you to quit your day job and walk in your calling by faith, that might be your situation, whatever the situation is. So, and it's been different situations for me throughout life. So yeah, that inspired that, but that drive to do what has to be done, especially when you have a family and when you've been through homelessness and you know what that's like and you refuse to go through it again. But at some point you have to choose to break the generational curse of poverty, of lack, of doing what has to be done and do what you're supposed to do.
It's interesting how sometimes you have to go through that struggle, go through like the nitty gritty or whatever it is to even realize. It's like that wake up call and like, oh, I gotta focus and do what I'm supposed to do,
Exactly. My book is filled with wake up calls. That's my whole life has been a bunch of wake up calls.
Right.
Back to back, some of which I brought on myself, others that were inflicted up on me. But it's life, and it's all it's a huge testimony, and it's relatable. So I'm telling you, anybody who reads my book, man, woman, it does not matter, gender, race, whatever, like you're going to find something in there that you relate to. I've been through so much in such a short period of time that I only speak on what I know. I can just about testify to just about anything.
I like that part when you mentioned about casting the first stone.
Right.
That's so real. In other words,
Right.
we're all like, nobody's perfect. Like,
Oh
hey,
yeah,
like, we all
absolutely,
go through it,
absolutely.
and
Mhm.
so it's like, hey, if
Yeah.
you ain't never did something that you like had to go
There you
through to make you
go.
who you are today, the better
Right.
so
Exactly,
you
exactly. And I'm
shouldn't
not
regret.
ashamed that, I'm an open book, literally an open book.
Okay, turn it famous.
I've been through a lot. I've done a lot. Like, you'd be surprised. You definitely got to read the book. I ain't gonna spoil nothing or nothing for nobody. But
I want to read
it's
it.
a testimony because people are gonna relate to that realness and the openness. So, I'm putting it out there, and I'm willing to make that sacrifice and that commitment to help other people through what they're going through. So it makes it all worth it.
Oh, that is great. And also, do you have any other projects or anything coming up that you want to put out
I
there or
do.
promote?
Right now, because the world has been closed for so long, I'm literally just now kind of getting back on track, trying to get back into auditioning, letting people know, hey, I made it through COVID. I'm still here. Like, where's the work at? So I did just book a role in Synthetic. It's a feature film that's coming up. It's filming here in Atlanta. So y'all look out for that. I don't have too many details yet. I just booked the role, so we're literally about to start filming like this coming weekend.
Oh, that's so
So,
exciting.
yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm looking forward to that role. It should be interesting. For some reason, I always get cast as a bad guy. I don't know what it is when I walk in the casting room, or virtual casting room, rather. Like, why do y'all see me as a bad guy? But yeah, my name is Coconut, and I'm like,
Coconut?
Lord, drug lord, human trafficker. Like, I'm on the wrong side of this.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
I love it. It's going to be a challenge. I'm looking forward to it.
Very cool. So this role is the type of role that you feel like you typecast as?
I kind of do. I'm starting to feel like I'm typecasted because, I swear, I worked with Bobby and Ray People's TPN Network. Shout out to them. They're located in Vegas now, so shout out to them. But I worked with them a lot prior to them leaving Atlanta, and they casted me as a bad guy a lot too. Even I was Poochie, which is also a drug dealer thug kind of. I'm just like, what do y'all see in me?
And I get the complete opposite. You seem so innocent, and the girl next door, like.
Right.
I don't get it.
The Girl Scout or something.
Like, what happened? Or maybe because it's what you wrote in that book. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Maybe that's what it is.
That probably has a little something to do with it.
Right. I don't know what it is, but yeah. I guess, you want to put somebody that's going to look like they're not the bad guys.
Right.
Be completely fooled by the time you watch it.
Right. That's actually good. That's actually good because you fooled me.
Right.
What a
Right.
surprise.
I love the challenge, though. It's fun. I love acting like something that I'm completely not, because if I'm acting like something that I normally am anyway, it ain't really acting. I'm just showing up and saying some words, So it's definitely a challenge, but it's going to be fun.
That's good.
So
have fun with it. That's what it's all about, doing what you love.
So that role's coming up. I'm going to start filming. I've got a few different callbacks that I'm kind of waiting on before I can really talk about. But and then, of course, hosting the virtual fundraiser on Friday the 10th. That's coming up. And then ATL's Hottest, as you mentioned earlier, not only am I nominated along with Saga Boss for ATL's Hottest Power Couple.
Saga Boss?
Saga
Boss?
Yeah.
Oh, that's your husband, Saga Boss?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we're nominated for that, ATL's Hottest Power Couple, as well as I got nominated this year for ATL's Hottest Actress and ATL's Hottest Author. I'm really excited.
What?
So hopefully
Congratulations.
take those home. Yeah, so those award shows that go on all through November, and so I'm really excited about that. But we're asking everybody to make sure you vote for us, because without the votes, we can't win.
And how do we vote?
Yes, I'm glad you asked. ATLhottest.com. ATL without the S, not ATLs, but ATLhottest.com.
ATLhottest.com.
Yes, ma'am. You can vote for Vitelle in every category, every drop-down menu that you see me on there, and me and Saga Boss. Soccer Boss is also nominated as hottest graphic designer, so putting that out there too.
All right.
Yeah, so we're trying to
well, y'all taking over I say H-Style. Y'all
trying.
taking over ATL.
We are trying. We are trying, and then going beyond. So honestly, the start of the year, we're definitely planning on traveling nationwide full time. We are RV living now, so we've set it up to where we're completely mobile at this time, so we can travel to wherever the work is, and we're planning on trying to hit all 50 states. I'm saying 50 states, but every state, and even going further than country, further out into different countries and stuff too.
Very nice.
There's no limits. We're just, yeah. We're going. You name
Do it. So it's not just gonna be just in Atlanta. This is
right.
We're gonna see a lot more billboards all over.
Yeah, we just putting in our last little hoorah here in Atlanta.
Yes. Okay. And what way to do it than to hit up Tyler Perry when you go? You like, hey, Tyler. I was just stopping through real quick. All right.
All right.
We got.
You usually don't give me that lead role now. You okay? I'm checking marks. All right. Okay.
I know, me too. And you know what? I think it's a acting thing. What they call us, like the thespian type thing. Because I started back with the theater, so it's like, and I noticed the word you had to wear was an ensemble on your book. And that reminded me, it's the whole like theatrical stage, and I was like feeling the acting vibes.
Right, exactly.
So that
it really came together with the title of the book. It's like, how do I sum all this up? I'm a lot. I'm gonna tell you that. If it wasn't called I Am, it would have been called A Lot. That's what it was. Second working title.
Part 2.
But, right.
Stay tuned.
It's a lot to sum up in a book of poetry, but I managed to do it.
Right. I really appreciate you taking out the time to do this interview. I really do, and I want to once again congratulate you and your husband for all the accomplishment y'all doing. Y'all again vote for ATL Hottest. If you go to atlhottest.com, you can vote for Vitelle. And so if they just type in your name, and it should just come right up.
Yep.
Perfect.
Vitelle. You're going to see a ballot there. You're going to go down and click on the names. You'll see hottest actress, hottest author. Definitely vote for me on those 2 categories. And then towards the bottom, there's hottest power couple as well down there. So, yeah.
And the power couple.
I'm actually going to post a video on my social media later, too, that shows you step by step. I did a screen recording to show you step by step exactly how to do it. So, few seconds of your time will help us out so much.
For sure. We'll definitely be in touch, and you're always welcome on the show Generation Passion to keep us updated on what's going on, and because you have a lot going on, and we want to definitely you guys can come to Texas and do some shows here, some open mics, and because things are slowly but surely opening up here, and we do have some venues that provide that, so why not?
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the world getting back to normal. So, like I said, by January,
when the time is
things is pretty cleared up, and we're gonna really start hitting the road with it. So
definitely, that's what's good. I will hopefully talk to y'all soon, and y'all have a good one. And be in touch. And when you drop that album, let me know though. Maybe we could get on, get on the beat or something. Get a little collaboration going.
We will definitely be in touch. I so appreciate you and your audience for tuning in. Thank you so much for having me on.
Sure.
Make sure you get your book at Amazon.com.
Yeah.
Go on there or follow me on your social media. Also, Vitelle.net is my website. Vitelle, Vitelle.net. You can link to all the social media, get promotions on the book, everything in one place. Just go there, subscribe, check it out.
Boom. Y'all heard it first. Vitelle.net. And also, they can follow you on your Instagram? You have your Instagram page?
All my social media is linked up right there on my website. If you go to Vitelle.net, but my Instagram is The Real Vitelle. But yeah, like I said, Vitelle.net, everything's right there on the homepage. So whatever social media platform you're on, follow me on there.
Sounds good. All right. Talk to you soon. Take it easy.
Thank you so much.
Bye. You're welcome. See you.